Assalamualaikum kids. How are you today? I hope you all really well today. Our topic today is states of matter. There are solid, liquid, and gas. Do you know about matter? Matter is made of particles. Everything there is comes in one of three states. For the first, solid, like table. Second, liquid, like water. And the third, gas, like smoke. For the first, we want to describe about characteristic of solid. Solid materials won't change shape unless a force is applied to them. Solid always take up the amount of space. You can hold solids in your hand. Here are some examples of solid in our daily life. Tree, bag, bricks, chicks, rocks, and socks, and many other things of solid in our daily life. And the second is liquid. Liquid can flow and be hard to hold. They fit their shape to their container. The volume of a liquid always stays the same, no matter what shape it is. Here are some examples of liquid in our daily life. Water, soup, honey, juice, waterfall, and coffee. Many other things of liquid in our daily life. And the third is gas. Gases are mostly invisible. They don't stay in the fixed shape. They can change their volume to fill up space. Gas be squashed and blown around. Here are some examples of gas in our daily life. There are steam, pump of air, oxygen, balloons, and natural gas, or we can call farting in daily life. Hey, I'm making some more popsicles. They taste so good. These are ready to see they've become solid because I put them in the freezer. Have you ever heard of the word freezing? It's one of the changes in state of matter. There are more changes. Don't worry, I'll explain all about them. You already know that matter exists in three states that are solid, liquid, and gas. A change in states happens when we heat or cool matter. If we heat solid matter, it becomes a liquid. We call this process is melting. From solid to liquid, we can call melting. If we heat a liquid matter, it becomes a gas. We call this process evaporation. From liquid to gas, we can call evaporation. These two processes can occur the other way around. This happens when we cool matter instead of applying heat. If we cool a gas, it becomes a liquid. This process called condensation. From gas to liquid, we can call condensation. If we freeze liquid matter, it will become solid. This process is called freezing. From liquid to solid, we can call freezing. The transition of a substance directly from the solid to the gas state without passing through the liquid state, this process is called sublimation. From solid to gas, we can call sublimation. The process of gas changing to solid directly without changing to liquid is called deposition. From gas to solid, we can call deposition. Oh no! The popsicles have melted. I completely forgot about them. Do you remember how we call the change from solid to liquid? Yes, that's melting process. When a solid becomes a liquid, it's called melting. From solid to liquid, we can call melting. When the temperature of solid is increased, so the particles that make up by matter start detaching from one another and move more freely. This process called by melting. Let's see. The liquid change become gas when heating. Do you remember how we call this process? Yes, that's true. When liquid becomes gas, it's called evaporation. From liquid to gas, we can call evaporation. When a liquid is heated, the bonds among the particles that make up matter becomes more loose, so particles move around freely. This process called by evaporation. When we close the pot when boiling water, then there are water droplets that sticks to the top of the pot lid. It means the gas change become liquid. Do you remember how we call this process? I've just told you, haven't I? The change from gases to liquid is called condensation. From gas to liquid, we can call condensation. As gas cools, the particles that make up matter start coming closer to one another and move around more slowly. This will continue to happen till matter solidifies completely. This process called by condensation. I think the popsicles froze up earlier are just about ready. That's right, I put some popsicle mold in the freezer a while ago. The liquid in the mold must have frozen up by now. The change from liquid to solid is called, come on, you know this, I told you before, it's called freezing. From liquid to solid, we can call freezing. During freezing process, the particles that make up matter lay very close to one another and move less and less. Hi, I have unique thing. This is dry ice. It's from of solid and directly changes into gas without passing through liquid state. Do you still remember the name of this process? Yes, good. We can call sublimation process. From solid to gas, we can call sublimation. The process of solid changing to gas directly without changing to liquid is called sublimation. The example things which do sublimation are dry ice and camphor. Hi, I'm in the winter. Here is frost on the windows and many snow from clouds. These frost and snow are a change of gas into a solid. Do you still remember the name of this process? This process is deposition. From gas to solid, we can call deposition. The process of gas changing to solid directly without changing to liquid is called deposition. These are the changes in the states of matter. Let's recap. Solid, liquid, and gas. If we had solid matter, it becomes a liquid. We call this process is melting. From solid to liquid, we can call melting. If we had liquid matter, it becomes a gas. We call this process evaporation. From liquid to gas, we can call evaporation. These two processes can occur the other way around. This happens when we cool matter instead of applying heat. If we cool a gas, it becomes a liquid. This process called condensation. From gas to liquid, we can call condensation. If we freeze liquid matter, it will become solid. This process is called freezing. From liquid to solid, we can call freezing. The transition of a substance directly from the solid to gas state without passing through the liquid states, this process is called sublimation. From solid to gas, we can call sublimation. The process of gas changing to solid directly without changing to liquid is called deposition. From gas to solid, we can call deposition. Now, you know all about the change in state of matter. I hope you find what you've learned useful in class. Thank you, kids. See you around. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.